So, today I'm going to be treating you to something that I like to call Nightmare Witness. So what this is this is version 1.0 of the Witness on Mac OS, but played on the most recent version of the operating system. As you can see, there's something different here. The panels look like they are off, and also the world is drenched in shadow. Not exactly sure why this happens. I guess maybe some API that the Witness used back in whatever old version of Mac OS no longer works the way that it used to, so a lot of things just render as black. Looks really cool and creepy though. I love we finally have nighttime Witness. Like it looks like after an apocalypse or something, and I kind of love it because I've played this game so much. I'm so used to this little world, and now it looks like a meteor hit it. I don't know. It's very weird. But yeah, the very interesting thing about Nightmare Witness when it comes to like actually playing it is that almost all of the puzzles look like they're off, but you can still solve them. So actually playing it becomes a question of, can you remember the puzzle? And for the most part, I think that I can. I don't usually solve these puzzles from so close up. That's why. Oh my goodness. So, old Mac OS version, like version 1.0, was already interesting to us because of the fact that it is sort of like a Franken version, a mixture of Windows new version and Windows old version. Oh, getting onto this position for the town snipes is a bit wonky. Hopefully that works. Because you can't, you stand on a little ledge, but you can't see that ledge in the dark. Okay, we're good. Oh, another thing you'll notice is this panel is actually completely visible. The symmetry glass panels, for whatever reason, they just work fine. But that one was like the only one in the entire run, so. But yeah, what I was saying is that Mac old version has features of the Windows new version and old version. It's like a composite. It's very odd. The most notable thing about Windows new version is that it has sliding movement, which this does have. That's a nasty panel even if you can see it. Sliding movement is what makes Jungle Ball skip possible, or rather makes it easy, because you can technically do it without it, it's just very hard. And so since we have sliding movement in this, we can do Jungle Ball skip. But this also has good pillars. New version on Windows made pillars way worse to solve. But this version here still has the good pillars. I mean, newer versions of Mac Witness have bad pillars, but it's right now we at least get to have them. Unfortunately, the thing that makes Mac old version not like the perfect version, if you ignore the nightmare stuff happening, the thing that kind of sucks about it is that old Windows version had this thing where if you're going up slopes, you walk slower, and this version does still have that, and so like that kind of just makes it not worth it. You'll also notice here that the bunker panels are completely visible, and that is because of a funny little thing where the panels themselves are actually just the grid here. If you'll notice, they look a bit raised from the side. It's actually just a grid with holes in it, and the symbols are painted onto the wall behind them. This is why, if you've ever played the Witness randomizers, this is why the bunker can't, at least at the moment, be randomized, because they're not normal panels. Makes it simpler to remember the solutions, though. Absolute nightmare in here. Very dark and evil. I love it. It's descending into hell. There we go. But yeah, so Mac old version's always been pretty fascinating. And now it is even more so. Yeah, this was found by Cynthia Clementine in the Speedrunning Discord, who, as far as I know, is the only person who runs this game on Mac. I have a Mac, but I dual boot into Windows to actually run the game. We get to do wall skip now, that'll be fun. Love it. There's just so many weird, creepy things about this, and I love it. Another weird thing about Mac old version is that you can snipe audio logs through walls. You can't do that in Windows new version. You could do it in Windows old version. It's just fascinating that this version it's basically Windows old version, but it has sliding movement. I really feel like it's standard. Like I feel like this is Eclipse Witness. Like, I wonder how many of you have ever witnessed a total eclipse of the sun. Standing in the shadow of the moon is one of my humble goals in life. It, I believe, is the quote from Brian Moriarty in the Eclipse video. Despite having done 100% many times, you don't actually usually hear those first two lines because you can start the video like a minute and a half in and still be able to start the EP. Come on. Coming up is one of the more interesting panels, just because of how complex it is. Let's see how it goes. You can actually sort of see the grid. There we go, because of the light shining on it. You can see some panels actually are kind of visible. Can't really see the stuff on them, but you can sort of see the grid on some panels if there is like a bright light shining on them. I think the most notable place this happens is in Treehouse, which we are not going to because I'm doing 7 lasers. Here we see slopes are slow, we hate it. I am actually going to go all the way up and lock into the panel just to make it simpler because this is a crazy panel. There we go. I love how you just cannot even see the exit until you start descending into it. Now we're gonna go to Swamp, which is barely different from a normal run because you're sniping two panels that you can't really see very well. This weird glow in Swamp as well. Whoops. Yeah, see, like you don't slide. I was expecting I'd slide more into view of that panel, but because of the slow slopes, yeah. And now we gotta go up the mountain, and the slopes are slow. The sun is still out, but we are shrouded in darkness. I love this weird little mist here. Okay, we get into position. Wait for Swamp Laser to go up. There we go. This puzzle is still invisible, which makes lining up for it annoying. This looks normal-ish for the moment. I'm sure it'll stay normal. Oh! Didn't go far enough. There we go. Got some more of these. And that. And this panel, that last one there, which is usually very annoying to do, it's actually simpler when you can't see it. Because that's the one that spins and is very visually confusing. Come on, go over the top. There we go. This one's like really far out. No, what are you doing? There we go. It's like kind of difficult when you can't even exactly see where the boundaries of the panel are. That's floor 1. staying silent because those puzzles are annoying. Also, EPs still work, but the sparkles do not appear. Come on. Oh, okay. There we go. So, now that we're safely in the mountain elevator, there's something I haven't mentioned yet. And that is the fact that, that doors exist. That before we can get into the final room, we have to remember that there are 2 randomly generated puzzles that we have to solve. How are we going to do that when the puzzles are invisible? So the answer to that is twofold. The left door, it turns out, we've actually known this for a few years, that the RNG on the left door is weird enough that if you quit out of the game right before you step on the pressure plate, and then immediately go on there, you will get the same left door every single time. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quit out of the game, reopen it. It's gonna change the seed or whatever. And if I did this right, solved it. Right door, no such luck. We have to brute force it. This is the thing that makes this run bad. This is the same thing that would make a blindfolded run bad. We just do not know what this puzzle is. And I am going to try my best to brute force it. This could take a while. I might never get it, you know? But I think it's worth trying. It's a good thing that we do have a consistent left door, though, because left door is, like, we'd never be able to brute force left door. It is, left door is like, you'd have to get exact shapes, which this is so much less likely than right door, where you need to just separate the colored stones and make sure to hit all the dots. You can't even get in there and escape. I'm just gonna keep trying. my goodness, the fact that it went at the same time that the shutter started closing, that I was like, oh my goodness, did it happen? It did not, as it turned out. I will admit, the last two times I did this run, I got right door much faster than this, which just goes to show that once you start recording, things go bad. Sorry for the yelp, but we got it. We got the doors. Now we just got pillars left. And I would be enjoying good pillars way more if I could actually see them. There we go. This one here is a little bit of a nightmare, but go. Nope, I did that wrong. And there we go. Now look at this beautiful, weird, ethereal ending here that we're gonna get. There we go. A star at dawn. Yeah, this is really weird. I love Nightmare Witness. I did all lasers earlier today, and I got all the way to the challenge cave, and then I realized, wait a minute, this is not gonna work. It just doesn't. I like brute force the first 3 puzzles, and you really can't get any further than that. Doors are so much nicer because the left one's deterministic anyway, and the right door, it's just one puzzle you have to brute force. You'll get it eventually. But it also means, like, why would you ever speedrun this? It's just like a fun thing to do, to go through and see if you can remember all the puzzles even when you can't see them. And it's fun. I really liked it. So if you have a Mac and you own the Witness on Steam, and you can go download the oldest version using weird methods to do so, and you can try it out. See how it goes.